Eom Business Network. So much for one broadcast.
Hello there, a very beautiful day to you, and thank you for joining us. You're watching the Eom Business Network, indeed the voice of corporate Nigeria. I am Olorogo Elkanah Moore. Today on the program, we shall be taking a look at the Nigerian economy from the viewpoint of industry operators. Also on the lineup is Let's Talk, and we shall be looking at Space Ripe Nigeria Limited, a frontline building engineering firm in Nigeria, and Integrated Software Services Limited, a notable information technology solutions provider in Nigeria. On Spot On, we shall bring you an astute real estate investor, visionary entrepreneur and industry captain, Abayomi Olawosi, who is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Royal Evolution Nigeria Limited, a renowned real estate firm in Nigeria. And on the face-to-face is a highly celebrated personality, delectable, vision-driven entrepreneur and industry captain, Chief Miss Carolina Hutchins, who is the founder, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Hutchins Limited, one of the fastest growing integrated housing and construction companies in Nigeria, and indeed one of the 100 most distinguished CEOs to look up to in Nigeria in 2023. This is a must watch. Stay with us. Research reports have shown that any country that desires capacity and quality to enhance productivity for economic growth and development must give adequate attention to human capital. Adegoke Elujoba is the insightful, experienced, and resourceful Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Assured Way Investment Limited.
The journey or the passion for owning a real estate company started with my real estate career in 2016. Then I used to consult for organizations as a real estate agents, which we call them realtors. This dream started burning in my heart when I see the maladies and the issues investors face in this particular real estate sector. I've helped a lot of people acquire properties through real estate companies. There are reputable ones, a lot of them. And whereas we have people that have breached the gap, what they promised to deliver is not what investors ended up getting. So, and while also growing up, we see people sleeping under the bridge. If you go to the Marina of today, CMS of today, Lagos Island, you will see people sleeping under the bridge. And I always pass through Third Milan Bridge coming to the island. And that question is, why do men sleep under the bridge? And I know that in a developed country, the government is responsible for the housing of their citizens. But if this is not achievable, private individuals have to come into place to also bridge the gap. So which is why we come up with this dream, Assured Way Investment Limited, a real estate company in Lagos, that we need to bridge this gap by providing affordable housing for Lagosians and Nigerians generally.
We said it, and we are making it happen. La Vida means luxurious living. And here in Igbodu, Ekpe, Lagos State, you can boast of living the luxurious life here. La Vida Estate offers perimeter fence, CCTVs, good parking spaces, spas, resorts, and lots more. And best of all, it is eco-friendly. Our 300 square meters and 500 square meter plots of land are all at affordable prices, and this is one offer you should jump out. So do well to reach out to us on our Instagram page. We'll be expecting you.
Architect Saeed Adepoju, a certified engineering expert, visionary entrepreneur, and industry captain, is the founder and chief executive officer of Space Tribe Limited, one of the fastest growing building engineering firms in Nigeria.
My background has actually been more of construction. I grew up while I was a kid with my dad having a background of construction, so it's something that I actually fell in love while I was a kid. So I have this at the back of my mind that regardless of what it is, I want to get fit into the system. I've been in an industry that's Eom Nigeria Limited. That's where I started from as their project manager. And then 2016, we said we should give it our own by having our own company. That's how it started. So that's how Space Tribe started, 2016. No, like I tell people, architecture has so many branches. It's more like in my language, they will say you have a top, you have an inner, you have a trouser. So you can actually fit in yourself wherever you know you are good at. And the drawing and the design aspect, you have the construction aspect, and you have what I call the interior, which is more of what people are doing now. Everything was coined from architecture. So now, like I said initially, I grew up going to sites, and you all agree with me that, you know, we are having deficit, housing deficit. You know, and it's, even if you see, no matter what the government does, you understand, we still need to do our own part. So I saw that opportunity, and knowing fully well that I have the wherewithal to do and the ability to withstand whatever comes along the line. So I feel it's something that I can actually do, and I will excel. And to God be the glory, we are moving. We are not there yet. We are still a moving train. So I tell people, whatever it is they are doing, like I said initially, you have a vision, you have an objective, and the objective is what drives your vision. So if there is anything you are doing and you know, okay, this is a pace, you might not really get what you want, you understand, presently, but with that steadfastness, you understand, you surely get in there. So I will say we are not getting what we projected when we started this, but we are moving, but we are not there yet. At Space Tribe, we offer design and build, we do consultancy, and we do building maintenance. So those are the cardinal points of our services. Number one is integrity. Whatever it is that you are doing, never let your integrity be in doubt. Integrity goes a long way. Regardless of odds, know what you are doing. That's hard work. You know, when you called me, I will tell you I'm somewhere else. I'm not the only one in the industry. We still have some folks, some colleagues that you understand that they are still trying to make things happen, but yet they are not there yet. So the integrity, the hard work, and the honesty, it pays a lot when you are doing whatever, regardless of whatever you are doing. Those things are very, very critical, and they are pivot points for you to grow.
There is a world-class indigenous civil engineering, project management, and project development firm driven by certified professionals and highly experienced workforce. We are Space Tribe Nigeria Limited. Space Tribe, call us now on our hotline. Yinka Oluwasomi, a certified information technology expert and industry captain, is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Integrated Software Services Limited.
I went to school studying computer science. I got a job. Started out with JKK. That's one of the leading IT companies then. And then I also crossed from there, went to work in a bank. And then one of the things that I realized was that working in the bank, we will want to buy softwares, and these softwares were extremely expensive, very, very expensive. And beyond the fact that they were expensive, they were not meeting the local needs. So we always needed to sit down with them and explain the nuances of our own particular industry, and then they end up customizing. And I realized that, look, for crying out loud, we are just helping them to get better. And then we are paying them and we are helping them to get better. So, I think that with my manager then, we decided to roll up our sleeves and start doing something. And so we came up with a product, and with time, we were able to get 1 buyer, 2 buyers, 3 buyers, and hey, for crying out loud, just stepped out and started the business, and I've not looked back since then. Just as I said, we just want to help Nigerians obtain value from information technology, from software solutions, and we realize the fact that they can do it with local software, so that we don't necessarily need to keep on developing the foreign businesses at the detriment of the local talents and so on. So that is one of the fundamental reasons for doing it. And the fact is, we know we can build local products that can work well, and we've done it, and we've also seen it. And I'm sure if you realize the fact that current trends in the industry has proven that Nigerian technology can go places. You have companies like Paystack, Flutterwave, and now international. We've had solutions which we've built and were adapted in places like Sierra Leone, Ghana, and Sao Tome and Principe. So all of this shows you that we can build something local and can export it. We're primarily a software services firm, so we write software and we've built quite a lot. Now, over the past years, we've built some things that we think are our own core solutions. Okay, we have an entire suite for the banking and finance industry. We have a core banking application, we have an online banking application, we have a mobile banking application, we have a lending portal, we have applications that can help them to, like your typical alajo, okay, can become functional through our platform. We've also built a governance and risk and a compliance management system, GRC, that helps companies like a PFA, okay, or banks or telcos to comply with the various rules. When you have heavily regulated industries, you found that to even track all the compliance rules, it takes a system. So we build solutions that will help them to monitor the level of their compliance. Okay, we also have built solutions for biometrics that will enable people to do registrations and things like that. We currently have built a digital onboarding solution that enables organizations like banks and insurance to onboard customers digitally. So people can become their customers with ease. There's no more needing to physically go to the bank to do things. You can do whatever you want to do from the comfort of your office. They also can monitor all of those things without sacrificing the controls which they are required to. We've gone into public sector. We built a financial accounting solution for subnational government. It's called One Book, and we've had a good commendation. But I will put it that we didn't have the financial muscle to sustain that. But we'll definitely be there. We'll be back there and so on. So those are some of the things that we've done. Okay, and we are, as I mentioned, we are making sure that we build stage by stage. Somebody told me that the biggest structure is a pyramid, but you must have a strong base, and then you keep building so that you can, when you get to the top, you can stand. And that's what we are trying to do.
Integrated Software Services Limited. Integrated Software Services Limited. Call us now. We are called Royal Evolution Nigeria Limited. Oh yes, we are a world-class real estate property development, management and marketing firm. Royal Evolution. Call us on our premium numbers. Olawuse Abayomi, an astute investor, visionary entrepreneur, and industry captain, is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Royal Evolution Nigeria Limited.
Personally, I love banking as a business, as a profession. I studied banking and finance anyway, and I was already dreaming of having a career in the banking and finance sector. But then somehow, it didn't work out that way. And then I began to seek the face of God. Where do I go? What do I do? And then the instruction to go into the real estate industry came. And the funny thing is, I never made any move until almost 7 years after the instruction came, because I was afraid. I was timid. I was like, to enter that industry, you need huge funds. We registered the business in 2013, but we didn't dive into the industry until 2019 fully. So it's a case of being led and being instructed by God. And then after we've gotten the instruction, we began to research into the industry. What are the needs in the industry? That's when I saw that we have a massive housing deficit problem in Nigeria, and especially in Lagos State, which led to the creation of Royal Evolution Nigeria Limited, and then our brands, our products, and our vision for the future. And at Royal Evolution, our objective principally is to, provide affordable accommodation, number one, to the masses. That is why most of our products, we always look at the baseline price before we fix the price for our products and everything. So the number one objective is to provide affordable accommodation to the masses. The second is to provide an investment basket, for the middle class people who are looking for where to, grow their incomes and their revenues. Of course, we also plan a kind of an investment opportunity towards a retirement, what we call a kind of a land banking stuff, where you buy land and then you just keep it there, watching it grow, and then sell it after some time, or possibly after retirement you decide to develop it and begin to live off the rent income and other stuff. So we are trying to just, in one way or the other, create wealth for the people, both those who subscribe to our projects and those that actually patronize, what we have built. For example, we have rent to own project, whereby you are paying rent, but after some time, the property becomes yours. You understand? So we are trying in every way we can to make sure that we have people to multiply their resources and give back to them. Our objective is not a sprint dash, it's a marathon, but then with mileposts. So I would say for now we've achieved the mileposts that we set for this stage. So we won't say we've achieved the objective, but there are mileposts on the way to the marathon end. But by the grace of God, we've been able to cover the current milepost that was sent for us. So there's something we planned at the beginning of this year, which we have done. There's something we planned for the end of the year, which we are also working towards. So we could say that currently we are moving towards our goal, and we are really on time. At Royal Evolution Nigeria Limited, our primary product for now is what we call the site and service estates. Of course, we have some other projects that we are developing that are already in the baskets that we're already working on. But for now, what we have in the market are what we call the site and service estate, where you come to us, you buy into one of our estates, and then you keep it for future development or future disposal at an interest. What we do is we buy the land in bulk from the owners or from the government, then we build amenities there that add values to the land, and so that when our investors come back later, a land of 10 million today, 4 or 5 years down the line, you are selling for 50, 60, 70 million naira, the only industry that actually keeps up with the Nigerian inflation so far has been the real estate. Not even the investment in the treasury bill has been able to keep up with our galloping inflation, but real estate has been able to do that for us.
We are called Royal Evolution Nigeria Limited. Oh yes, we are a world-class real estate property development, management and marketing firm. Royal Evolution. Call us on our premium numbers. Chief Miss Carolina Hutchins, a highly celebrated, delectable, vision-driven entrepreneur and industry captain, is the founder, managing director and chief executive officer of Hutchins Limited, one of the fastest growing multi-dimensional companies in Nigeria.
Hutchins Limited started in 2017. Hutchins Limited is into construction, by the way, but before Hutchins Limited started, I first of all founded Carolina Hutchins Homes, which is an interior designing company. I have a passion for interior designing, making spaces functional, adding quality to the lives of my clients, making them comfortable. Comfort is the word. And the other thing is making sure that there's a value for your investment at the end of the day. So I have been into interior designing since 2012. Started from my home as at then, little spaces. I enjoy arts. I'm an artist as well. And you see, for me, art is beautiful regardless of the imperfections. I love colors. I love combining different textures and materials together. And I love it when a client or a friend walks in and says, wow, you really did this. And so I started with interior designing, combining textures, colors, making the space functional, making it more of a, if it's a residential, making it feel like a home, and if it's a commercial, giving you a wow factor and make it functional as well. So when I started getting compliments, I realized this is my passion, this is what I should be doing. And then after that, in 2017, I incorporated Hutchins Limited, which is into construction. So we build and we renovate as well. And then the real estate aspect of it, we do sales, rentals, JV facilitation. JV facilitation means if I have a client that has a land and I have another investor that wants to develop, I bring the two together and then they can develop, agree upon the percentage sharing ratio and the design, and then they can develop. We also do visibility study as well based on my knowledge and skills from my MBA. We do visibility study, and then we also do investment advisory. Why am I talking about investment advisory? As a client and an investor as well, I like to extend my knowledge and skills to my clients. So for instance, there are some people that have an XYZ amount of money and they want to come into real estate and they don't know where to go to. Should they do residential? Should they do commercial? And we do the visibility study around the area and the environment and advise you on what you should build, how much you should charge if you want to sell or you want to rent, and are you going to build a singular terraces, duplexes, are you going to build flats, or are you going to build office spaces? So we come in and we advise you on how to make a good ROI on your investment. So basically that is how Hutchins Limited was formed. It was formed from the lack of good quality homes as well. Because from interior designing, I also went into agency, and most of the properties I was given to sell or to rent did not meet my standard, and I didn't think it would be nice or good enough to rent to my clients, because comfort is key and quality is a priority to me. So I decided to start renovating. So when I get into a property that a landlord has given to me, I advise them on what to do and how to get more ROI on their rental income.
We don't need to compete it to succeed. We need to co-opt it. Means we need to work together. I bring a value, you bring a value. That's what we need to do.
I mentioned some top global manufacturers in the world. You're free to Google them. They are known all over the world for what they do.
For me, when I started practicing in Nigeria, I didn't need, to be told that I needed to do so many journeys. On one project, you find yourself going to so many countries.
We've never seen ourselves as a company that has grown and will stop learning. Not at all.
It has the areas for the terrace duplex, the areas for the bungalows, the areas for the blocks of flats, the areas for the fully detached buildings. So it's well zoned out and well demarcated.
And that's a good point to call it a wrap on today's package of the EOM Business Network. Thank you very much for spending your valued time with us. We hope it was worth your while. But just in case you missed out on any aspect of it, then you can come with us to any of our other portals, as you can see on the screen. Our sincere gratitude to you, our sponsors, for your continued interest and support. Always remember, with you and us, we are champs. Oh yes, I remain Olorogo Elkanah Moari. Please, let's do this again, same time, same channel next week. We'll see you then.